Good morning, friends. Today we are going to study different air pollution control measures or methods that are to be used, and different instruments which are used in different factories or industries for minimizing air pollution. So do watch this video. Thank you. Study air pollution control measures. The different air pollution control measures are as follows. First, by controlling source pollution, or that is source control measures. So there are different sources that we know. One of the source it is vehicles or automobiles. So how we can avoid air pollution, or how we can minimize air pollution by using different techniques that we try to study. Number one, use of unleaded petrol. The petrol which is to be used in different vehicles, that should be unleaded, means it should not contain lead, because lead is an poisonous metal. It causes lead poisoning if it is released into atmosphere, and that is why unleaded petrol is to be used in different vehicles. Nowadays we use unleaded petrol. In earlier days the lead was used as an anti-knocking agent in petrol. Okay. Second, it is using low sulfur petrol. The sulfur content in petrol should be less, because we know that sulfur, if it is present in petrol in large amount, it will cause SO2, SOx gases emission upon combustion, that will create atmospheric pollution. So therefore the sulfur content should be less. Then using public transport system rather than private. One should prefer public transport system rather than your private vehicles, because this will reduce the number of vehicles on road, and that will ultimately reduce the atmospheric pollution. If more will the vehicle running on road, it will create atmospheric pollution. So therefore, by using public transport systems such as bus, railway, etc., we can minimize the air pollution. Then industries and waste disposal should be outside. That is also one point. The industries and waste disposal, it should be outside of city, because if it is disposal is done within city, that will again pollute the environment or atmosphere, and that will be hazardous to the nearby surrounding peoples. One, it is by tree plantation. So tree plantation is the best method for avoiding or minimizing air pollution, because trees, it will create healthy or green atmosphere, as well as it absorbs the different toxic gases from atmosphere, and helps in conserving soil as well as maintaining climatical conditions. So therefore the tree plantation is the best choice of minimizing air pollution. Then using catalytic converters to reduce emission of CO2 and hydrocarbons. In vehicles, the catalytic converters is to be used to avoid or minimize carbon monoxide emission, because it is also a toxic gas, and different hydrocarbons that will also affect the air qualities. The next, it is control measures in industries. What are the different control measures that we can take in industries to avoid air pollution? Emission rate should be restricted to permissible level. It should not be too high, so that it should be maintained or reduced permissible level. Air pollution control equipment should be incorporated in industry design layout. That is, while setting any industry, we should think about the different air quality control equipments or air quality control measures that will be implemented in that factory to minimize air pollution. That is to be considered from the layout of the factory. Okay. Continuous emission is monitored for air pollution. The factory air pollution, that should be continuously monitored. That is so that we can come to know if the pollution is increasing or decreasing or not. In that accordance, we can take control measures. The different techniques that are used in industries for minimize air pollution or air control that we try to study. The different devices that are used to control the air pollution. The one, it is electrostatic precipitator, or we can also call it as electrostatic dust collector or ESD. Okay, so electrostatic precipitator or electrostatic dust collector is a device which reduces dust particles or suspended particles which are present in exhaust gas of factories or chimneys. Here you can see there is a gas with uncharged particles that is present with the moving gas. It is allowed to pass through a series of electrodes which are heavily charged. DC current is supplied to these electrodes. The ionization of the particle is to be done in electrostatic dust collector by using high voltage DC source. As the particles get ionized, electrodes that are used, positive and negative electrodes that are used, the positively charged particles or ions will move towards respective electrodes and get discharged, and they will fall down. So that is the method of collecting on the suspended particles by electrostatic dust collector, ESD, or electrostatic precipitator. While the clean air, it passes away through it. So here also we can see, here this is pollution which contains the suspended particles. It is allowed to pass through ionizer that ionizes the particles. They get respective charges, and that is allowed to pass through different electrodes. Here you can see the plus minus electrodes. The oppositely charged ions or electrodes, oppositely charged ions will move towards the respective electrodes and get discharged, and the outcoming gas, that is 4, it is pure air which is free from dust. Okay, so 99% efficient. This method is 99% efficient. It can remove the particles having small size near about 1 micrometer. The next, it is cyclone. The cyclone type, it is also one of the separator. The suspended particles present in exhaust that can be removed by using a cyclone. It is a cylindrical tower hatch which is having narrow at the base and having again opening at the bottom, as well as it is having opening up top and opening a central opening from top to allow to pass fresh air to atmosphere. So through from sideways, the exhaust of factories that is allowed to pass, which contain dust particles, it is circulated into this chamber just like a cyclone or tornado. So that's why the name is given cyclone. The circular motion is given to the exhaust. So due to centrifugal force, the suspended particles, they get heavier and it will settle down, and that can be taken out from the lower end, while with centrifugal force, the fresh air, it goes up, and that can be taken out from the central outlet. So in that way the cyclone, it works. Then the next method, it is wet scrubber. The wet scrubber method, in this, the exhaust gas which is containing suspended particles, that is allowed to get wet. Suspended particles, they are weighted by an liquid, basically water is used. So here you can see this is liquid that is to be added from top side. Dry gas or exhaust, it is to be added. It flows due to water. The suspended particles, they get weighted and it becomes heavier and it will fall down with water. That water, it is collected at the bottom of this tower, and that can be again separated and recirculated within the same, while the clean free air, it allows to pass through from top side end. Okay, So whatever the mist, that is also removed here, and fresh air which is free from suspended particles, that is comes out from the top side of this end. Okay, the efficiency of this method, it is 90%, and it can remove the particle up to 8 micrometer. Then backhouse, it is again the similar method of separating dust particles from air. So it is again a chamber which is fitted with cotton or fabric material bags, which are conical, just like an umbrella, upside down they are placed. The dusty air or dirty air gas, it is allowed to pass through the bottom into the bags, as they are porous, so only the air can pass through it, while the dust particles will be trapped within the fabric of the backhouse, and it will fall down by using a mechanical shaker or vibrating machines. Dust particles will fall down. It is having narrow opening at the base, or hopper like structure is there. Through that the dust particles can be taken out, while the clean air which is free from the suspended particles or dust impurity, it is taken out from the top side. Here that we can see, it can remove 100% of the all types of suspended impurities. So this is all about the different methods or instruments that are used in factories for controlling air pollution. Thank you.